everyone. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late, but I mean, shit had to go down. I don't know what's going on. It's actually my AC is on and it's actually getting hotter in the house. I don't even know how that's possible. I mean, yes, I got a hoodie on, but I woke up and it was cool and I put it at when I left the house today, or when I left earlier, I moved it up to 75 degrees. Okay, I moved it to 75 degrees. Then, and I can feel the air hitting me now. And then I got home, I put it down to 72, and then as I'm at the house, I could feel the cold air hitting me, but yet it's staying at 75. I even went to sleep, took a nap, and it was at 75, and I woke up like 3 hours later, and it's still at 75. It actually went up to 76. That's the crazy thing. But anyways, guys, we are going to get into this. Who's ready for this? You ready? Let's go. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on out there? So I was reading the comments while we're in the middle of this, so I'm gonna skip to this. South Tex, how you doing, bro? Thank you for tuning in. And dude, like I said, we were all taking naps. So and I don't really have so many, much blinds. I mean, I got blinds on basically all the windows, but more so I got curtains. And then downstairs, I really don't have blinds per se. When I first moved in, my wife bought those paper blinds that you just like kind of stick to the inside of the window, and then they kind of come down. And the same thing with the one on the door. And I don't even have a blind over here, so maybe that's why it's hot downstairs. I mean, when it is what it is, I'm not worried about it. But I hate this. I hate that we are always off. This camera never is on point lately, and I don't understand why. But let's go to the comments before we get into this video, this stream. South Tex, what up? What up? Again, thank you for stopping by, homie. Normal guy with a LSU sticker or thing. Hello, what's up, man? How you doing? Jaden Christ, how you doing? Yep. Okay, we just read that one. I was tired all day. Yeah, bro. I woke up 7:30, actually 7 o'clock. I had to take out, like, they had brush pickup at the house on my street or in my neighborhood today. And yesterday I put up a canopy, right? I bought a canopy last year for summer. I only used it a couple of times. And then I used it the last brisket I made, about a month ago. I had the canopy set up, and it was set up, and I had it out there for a couple of days. And the next thing I know, I see it like slowly like falling. So I go out there to check, and I go to raise it, and I realize that the crossbars, right, are bent. The crossbars are bent. So I try to bend them back and put them back in the place of where they're supposed to go on the hooks. And when I put one on, the other one would pop off. So I woke up this morning to go take the rest of my brush pickup that I had to go put out there, and lo and behold, my canopy was gone. I don't know when they came and took it, but it's like these people know when you got brush pickup because they come and check on your shit. But yeah, man, I've been tired all day too. I had to take my dog to get groomed. I'm about to buy him some doggy weed and then drug him up so I can cut his nails, and then I can give him a bath outside. It's nothing, All hail King Troll. What's up? I like that, King Troll. Texas Eagle, my dude. How you doing? Excuse me. The towel city is no joke, especially working out in the oil rig. Just crazy. I bet, man. I bet working out in the oil rigs is bad. I know it's bad when I'm out. That's why I really don't want to go back to work. I'm on FMLA, and I could actually take like 3 months if I want to. I got 12 weeks to take since my shit kind of rolled over. So I've already been off a month. I'm gonna take off the rest of this. May take off the rest of this month. Might actually go back on the 25th, back to work. But I'm trying to be out of the heat as much as possible. Last summer, I missed the heat all the way through November because I had my Achilles hurt, and then I had my gallbladder surgery. So I had two surgeries last year, and then so it's weird. It's weird. So it's funny because I know there's a certain Eagle football player that's returning from an Achilles injury, but um, I get it. He's a football player. Mitch, what is going on, brother? How you doing? And I understand there's the guy that what's Brandon Graham, right? Or Brooks, one of the two guys. Um uh One of the guys, Brandon Graham or Brandon, I think it's Brandon Brooks. Brandon Brooks tore his Achilles last year, and we're the same age. Brandon Brooks and I are the same age, and what happened to me was, I mean, you already know how I tore it. But what's weird is I'm already about a year. I'm already past a year into surgery, like well past a year into surgery. I had my surgery June 7th of last year, right? So I'm well past the year, but it's weird because right now, like Monday, I'm going for my last checkup. Is today Saturday or is it Sunday? It's today's Saturday. Today's Saturday. That's crazy. It feels like I've been off of work for so long. It's crazy. It's weird that the days kind of just like kind of roll together now. But today's actually Saturday. It's crazy. My stepdaughter's birthday is tomorrow. She's turning 8. But Monday I have a doctor's appointment, right, for my foot. But it's weird because it's starting to actually scare me when I walk, and it's actually starting to scare me if I do any kind of violent movement because I've never felt it sore like this before, as if it's gonna like re-tear. And I don't think it's gonna re-tear. It's like a sharp pain right there on the tendon, and then when I walk, it's very stiff and like if I'm walking on it way too much, if I'm doing too many strenuous activities on my foot, uh, so it feels weird. It really does. And like I said, I'm not worried that it's gonna re-tear, but it's very scary some when I wake up and it's just stiff and it's like a sharp pain. Or like when I'm walking on it and then it's very sore afterwards. Because again, I've ran on this foot many times. I walk up hills when I'm at work sometimes. I walk through rough terrain sometimes when I'm at work. Um, and I don't see anything wrong, or I don't feel actually anything wrong with my foot. But the last few days I have. But give me a. All right, guys. Let's keep going through these comments, and then we're gonna get into today's video. Yesterday I kind of touched a little bit on yesterday's video. What we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about the Philly Talk podcast. Cause and like I said yesterday, it's not so much me trolling Philly Mike at all. I mean, I watched most of it. I don't watch all of it, but I watched most of it. And it's not me trolling Philly Mike. What it is there's a stat line of guys that I just don't foresee these numbers happening, and I'm gonna give you reasons why I obviously don't, and I don't know how any Eagle fan can see this happening. So in a few minutes we're gonna roll through the video, and like I said, it's basically gonna be talking about the stat line, not so much Philly Mike, um, but who you trolling today? Well, like I said, it's not so much troll job on Philly Mike. It's more of the stat line that PFF put out. Like PFF put out some like ungodly numbers for or I should say some godly like numbers for Jalen Hurts to be throwing and rushing. Somehow they expect Jalen Hurts to have 1,000 more yards, well 996 more yards than what he had last year, on top of like 30 more yards or 20 more yards rushing than what he did last year. So, and then and then they expect AJ Brown to have on the upside of 1150, because 1151 is what they expect AJ Brown to have. So he's closer to the 1200 mark, right? Off by 49 yards. Might as well just give him the 1200 even, right? And then Devontae Smith at 906. I mean, for that to happen, right? For that to happen for Jalen Hurts, that means he has to be playing at a Tom Brady-like level, right? Aaron Rodgers type level, Dak Prescott type level, Joe Burrow type level, Justin Allen type level. Like these guys that are very efficient, that have high completion percentage, right? Like and has to be throwing anywhere from like 8 to 16 yards a throw. That's where he needs to be. And for these receivers to get these kind of numbers, and it's ridiculous because I don't even think that that's even close. But like I said, well, let's go through these comments, and then we're gonna go through. So, milk it, bro. Stay out of this heat. Yeah, man, that's what I'm thinking. But I'm probably gonna go back in like 2 weeks. Guys, like and subscribe. Yes, sir. Just like and subscribe. Brandon Graham. There you go. That's who. Graham. There you go. That's who it was. Brandon. Not his first Achilles. Nope, I don't think it is, right? Duke Ballers, the great Duke Ballers, CNS, homie. What's up, man? Everyone is over evaluating Jalen Hurts and setting themselves up. Yeah, my sentiments exactly, Duke Ballers. My sentiments exactly. Like I said, I don't believe there's no way there's nothing that I see from Jalen Hurts that is going to have him boost up as high as they think he's going to be. I mean, there's just no way in hell that this guy is going to go from bottom tier in every passing statistic, right? Every passing statistic. Bottom tier in every passing statistic to top tier stats. No, I'm just going to say stats. From top tier passing stats. There's no way that's going to happen. He's going to jump, he's in that bottom tier. There's no way he's going to jump third tier, second tier, and all the way up into high elite numbers where he's going to have that kind of rushing and that kind of passing yards. Excuse me. So I honestly think they're way overvaluating this guy. What is up, Rodriguez? Hurts will improve a bit on accuracy and at least one of his receivers. No, I don't think any of his. Here's the deal. Here's the deal with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is going to do. The Eagles are going to do one of two things. One of two things, and this I'm going to stand by this, and we're going to end up seeing it. We're going to end up seeing it. We're going to end up seeing it in the season with the addition of AJ Brown. They're going to force Jalen Hurts to stay in the pocket. They're not going to let him run, right? I mean, will he run eventually? Yes, breakdowns of the play. Yes, he's going to run. But they're trying to get him away, I think, from making his one quick or two quick reads and then dashing off and taking. Man, I hate how this is so off. It pisses me off. There we go. Are we back? Nope. We got to wait till this thing links up. So yeah, so I can do this. Okay, it's caught up. He better improve on accuracy because so far his accuracy has been due. Yeah, it has. I mean, every passing stat out there, Jalen Hurts is bottom tier. I mean, that's why on my quarterback list, when I did it based off of passing, right, not production of a quarterback, but just pure passing, Jalen Hurts is at the bottom. Jalen Hurts is at 22, right? That's where he's at. What is up, Bird Gang 31? This man right here. This is Boss Man right here. Appreciate you for stopping by. I wish these emojis would come up. I don't understand why I get these squares on some of these. It doesn't make any sense to me. We getting 1K wide receivers this year. I'll put my money on it. Bird Gang. You want to put your money on it? Let's do a little friendly bet. I don't want to do too much. Because I have a bunch of bets with Eagle fans and I get none of them are money. But I am going to be paying for a lot of stuff if I end up losing. So You want to do $50? You want to do $50, Burgang, that you don't get two 1K wide receivers this year? Do you want to bet $50 on that? Let me know if you want to bet. If you want to bet $50 on that, because I don't think that's going to happen. To be honest with you, I don't even think you're going to get two wide receivers that hit 1K. I don't believe that at all. We got ourselves a deal, guys. We got ourselves a deal right here. $50 deal. You cash at me at the end of the season when AJ Brown doesn't even touch 1,000 yards this year. Even though I think he's probably going to be closer to the 1,000-yard mark, or I mean the closest one to the 1,000-yard mark, because y'all traded for him. So I feel like he's going to be more used. I think there's going to be more pressure to use AJ Brown, and the ball's going to be forced his way. So we'll see. He better make the playoffs. Last year as a first-year full-time starter with a rookie coach, I don't think it's far-fetched that he improves some, and I think Brown can add 1,000 yards. So like I said, we're going to take a dive into Jalen Hurts stats yet again, along with A.J. Brown's. And then we're going to correlate A.J. Brown, which we did a little bit last year, with him being in Tennessee of when, what's his name? Derrick Henry was hurt, right? And use a correlation there of how many times did A.J. Brown, take over a game, and it wasn't so much Derrick Henry. Well, I mean, in the or from week 9 on, when Derrick Henry was out, we saw yesterday, if you had tuned in, you saw A.J. Brown didn't really. I mean, he had a couple of games over 100 yards. I think he had three games over 100 yards, and yeah, they were well over 100 yards. But in those, there's 8. So what is that? 9 games, and a third of those games he only had 100 yards, right? With a better wide receiver, right? And he was having. If I say he had okay targets. So now you go to the Eagles and you already have your number one in Devontae Smith. You have, and let's just say they keep the same offense as what they did last year. Okay, Jalen Hurts is going to be throwing a lot less. He's going to be running the ball. Because let's be fair here. Jalen Hurts last year. They tried this last year. I get it. They didn't have A.J. Brown, and they had Rager out there instead. But last year, Jalen Hurts was throwing the ball 25, 30, 35, 40 times, right? In the first, 7 games, or, the first, 6 games or whatever it was when they were, the first 7 when they were, they had a losing record, right? I think it was, 3-9, or, no, excuse me, 3-6, or some weird number like that, 3-4, 3-5, something like that, right? 3-6, I think, is what it was. And then they rattled off and came out of nowhere because they started running the ball. And Jalen Hurts stopped passing the ball. So if they're going to keep the same offense of what they did last year, it's not far-fetched to say that, okay, Jalen Hurts could have those rushing numbers, right? But for him to have almost 1,000 yards more than what he did last year with the addition of one player, I just don't see that happening. Okay, but what I'm going to end up doing is, before we get into this, well, you know what? Let's go through the comments real quick. Let's go through. I don't even know what that word is. Agree that last year his accuracy was inconsistent. I will agree. Okay. What's good, Almighty Finance? How's it going? How you doing today? We got that deal. This is going to be Smith and AJ. This is going to be Smith, AJ, and Hurts' best season as a pro. I don't think so, man. I don't even think it's going to be close. I think AJ Brown's going to regress. Not AJ Brown. Devontae Smith is going to have less yards, and AJ Brown, I don't even think is going to touch 1,000. And Hurts is going to, one or two things is going to happen. Hurts is going to have a couple more 100 yards than what he did last year. Or what they're going to end up doing is they're going to keep sticking to this run. And y'all just paid A.J. Brown a shit ton of money for no reason. And and Jalen Hurts is still going to be continuing to run. And also, he's going to get that yards the stat line that I'm going to show y'all here in a bit. Question: how many passing yards and TD do you think Dak will have? Dak will have 400 yards less, thereabout, than what he did last year. Dak had 4,445 yards last season. I think he's going to be around the 4,000 mark this year. And that's not because of the loss of Amari Cooper. That's because if you look at Amari Cooper's numbers, I think he eclipsed 800 yards last season. Okay. So for me, it's going to be the reason why I think he's going to throw for a little bit less. He's going to be around that 4,000 yard mark, and it's going to be give or take. He's going to be in the high 3,000s, or he's going to be in the low 4,000s, or he's like I said, he's going to be right around that 4,000 yard mark. But the reason that he's going to be around there is because I believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to go back to what they used to do, when they were winning games, and that's run the football. I think it's going to go back to and I wouldn't be surprised. That Tony Pollard probably will have less carries than Ezekiel Elliott, and that's because it's follow the money with Jerry Jones. But I think they're going to be used as a tandem a lot this year, to dominate that run game. You know, they're a good 1-2 punch. So that's what I think is going to happen with those two guys. But guys, we're going to go to commercial break because my pups need to go outside and I need to give them some food. So we'll be right back.
To here, Jamie, turn down that damn music. I can't hear a thing. Come on, Jamie.
Mom, what the fuck? You don't see? Turn that shit off, motherfucker! I was getting changed, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that shit on TV. I don't want motherfuckers seeing me getting changed,
Turn
you know what I'm
that thing
saying?
off, he's pulling his goalie.
You're not fucking care. What the fuck are you doing, J-Rock?
I was getting changed, motherfucker!
Change my ass, you're
you
fucking cranking
knocking motherfuckers!
That was fucked.
That was a bit fucked.
It wasn't that fucked, you know what I'm saying? I was getting changed. What's going on?
Listen, man, I got some good news for you. Get cleaned up, meet me back at the flea market.
Aight. Peace, bub.
Don't touch me.
You motherfuckers ain't gonna tell nobody that I was getting changed, right?
Christ, no.
And one of my dogs just ended up puking in the kitchen as I was getting the food. So we'll pick that up in a second at our next commercial break. But yeah, let's keep going. So yeah, that's to answer your question. Dak's gonna have around the 4,000 yard mark, and my fucking pup just decided to try to take a piss on the carpet. Luckily, he has a diaper on. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry about this. Give me 1 second. So I figured out what it was. It wasn't shit. I mean, it wasn't throw up. The cats that we have outside in the garage, that live out there, they're my wife's and stepdaughter's cats. I think they were right next to the dog food, and I stepped in something that I wasn't paying attention to, because I didn't hear my desk. So I think that's what it was. But anyways, so yeah, sorry about that little mess. But yeah, to answer that's to answer your question. Dak Prescott's gonna have around 4,000 yards. The amount of touchdowns he has had, I think that's going to. Last year he had 37 touchdowns. I think it's going to be about 8 or 9 less, and that's all due to because we're going to end up going back and running the football. So he's going to be around the 28 to 33 mark, around there. No, which ain't bad. You know, I'm not mad at that. You know, if you get around 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, around there, 32 touchdowns, but then your running backs have a combined 15 touchdowns, you know, and you know, you have about 2,000 to 3,000 yards. Well, not I wouldn't even say 3,000 yards, but you have about almost 2,000, close to 2,000 yards rushing with both these running backs. So Yeah. So that's what I think. Anyway, Texas Eagle. He was hurt, and they still ran with Henry. Went down though. They ran with Henry, but not as much. And yeah, he was hurt because he did miss. And we're talking about AJ Brown here because he did miss like 3 or 4 games last season, something like that. Like I said, we're gonna bring up the AJ Brown stats. We're gonna bring up the I think this is PFF. Yeah, and then we're going to bring up Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry stats. That's what we're going to do. Here we go. So, but, we haven't even got into this video yet. And we're already 25 minutes in. That's funny. When they did that, Jalen wasn't ready yet. What do you mean wasn't ready? When they did what, he wasn't ready? Elaborate on that, please. Smith and Quez and Goddard will never be better. Will even be better too. I don't know about Quez because I feel like Quez is going to be replaced by that Pasco guy that you got, or whatever his name is, the guy you got from Indianapolis. To be honest with you, I think that's what's going to happen. And it's no knock on Quez. I'm just saying, this is what I'm talking about with the Philadelphia Eagle fans, is that they honestly think every single one of their players is somehow going to get better. There's just logistically and logically, there is no way every single person's stats is going to get better unless you're just straight destroying teams, unless you're straight putting up like 50 points a game, right? There's just not enough snaps in a game. There's just not enough time in a game, right? There's not enough games in the year for every single you. That means every single one of these wide receivers, Smith, Quez, Brown, Goddard, these guys have to be putting up about 75 to about 150 yards every game, while Jalen Hurts is also rushing about 90 yards a game. Right, 80 to 90 yards a game. That is just logistically just not happening. There's just no way that Goddard's putting up 75 yards a game. There's no way Quez Watkins is putting up 75 yards a game. There's no way A.J. Brown is putting up like 120 yards a game, right? Even 70 yards a game. There's no way not AJ Brown, but Devontae Smith, 17 games, 900 yards. I mean, he has to be averaging around 60 to 70 yards a game. I don't know if that's even going to happen to get the 900. Because, yeah, he don't even have, because there's 17 games in the season. He plays the full 17 games. 100 yards a game is 1,700, right? So he's not even going to touch that. 100 yards a game. That's not going to happen. I don't see these guys putting up those kind of numbers. I just don't see it happening. It's just there's just not enough time in a football game for that to happen, and especially if you go play a run heavy team that controls the clock, like what the Dallas Cowboys are going to do this upcoming season, controlling the clock, because that's what they're going to do. That's what they've done for years to mask that bad defense. But now we don't have a bad defense. We're going to have another top 5 defense this year. With the additions of what we had, Dante Fowler and Sam Williams, who is just a fraction slower than what Micah Parsons is. I mean, there are highlights, and I get that they're highlights, but they're highlights of Sam Williams running down like a Justin Fields, a Trey Lance. Like there are highlights of that going down, and Jalen Hurts ain't that fast. I mean, not as fast as those two guys, right? I think that Sam Williams and Parsons are both faster than Jalen Hurts. Pocket Purple podcast, good show, fam. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, dog. Thank you for tuning in. Hurts for 4,200 plus yards and about 730 and about 700 plus rushing, 35 plus yards. What? They don't. That you threw too many numbers out there, man. Hurts 4,200 yards and about 700 plus rushing, 35 plus yards. So passing and then 735 yards rushing, MVP candidate. I don't even. That's not going to happen. I don't know what the third. If you're saying 35, and you Bird Gang, you're just mashing up everything when it comes to the touchdowns. Okay, you're mashing up everything. That is rushing and passing. So what you're telling me is that Jalen Hurts probably has to have somewhere between 25 touchdowns passing, which I don't think he's even going to touch. I think he may touch 22, 20, maybe touchdowns passing. And if he has 25 touchdowns passing, that means he's going to have at least 10 rushing touchdowns. That's what's going to happen here. But I don't. And that's if that's the 35 yards. I don't 35. I mean, it says yards, but I don't know what 75 plus rushing, 35 plus yards. I don't know what that means. I don't know. It don't make sense. I'm trying to figure it out. Yo, what's up, Boyz4Life and everyone? What's up, Ben Adams? Appreciate you for stopping by, homie. It's gonna be EC1 commercial again. It always is, dog. Always is. But we got some other commercials that we do play, but it's for those are shorter commercials. Diaper on a dog. Yeah, you're a Cowgirls fan. No, my wife has we have a Yorkie. One of our dogs is a Yorkie, and he still has his balls. So he likes to piss in the fucking house, even though we've trained him to pee outside. So yes, we put a diaper on him so that way he doesn't fucking pee everywhere. I mean, I guess you're okay with your dog peeing inside your house, but I'm not. So those dogs are wilding out. Yeah, I know they are. Puke and rally. That's right, dog. Puke and rally. That's right. Do you like EC1's record prediction? 16-1? No, I don't. I mean, that's why we made a bet. And, like I said, EC1 is the gift that keeps on giving. He did another video today, which we're not going to get into that one. So, Ben Adams. So, he talked about me because I watched, it's like about 5-6 minute video. So, I get it. You love your team, and I appreciate that. But I think you're depending on all those takeaways again. That give Dak those extra possessions to get those stats. No, I'm not depending on all those takeaways at all, which is why I'm giving Dak Prescott less yardage to throw this year. So less time. Everything that Dak can do was less of what it was last year. Everyone's going to say Dak's going to be in the MVP candidate race, and I'm going to say no, he's not. No, he's not. Just sit there and watch. Look. When I talk about the Dallas Cowboys and I say a lot of things, and a lot of things that I say come to pass. They do. They do. It's just because I think of it logically and not like a lot of these people. Like, for instance, Bird Gang 31, I don't think with my heart and emotionally. I don't do that. I think logically and logistically. When it comes to this, saying that everyone's going to improve. I mean, you can say everyone's going to improve because if Quez Watkins, he had 500 yards or somewhere around there receiving last year, and he gets 510 yards receiving this year, yes, that is an improvement. But I don't think that's kind of improvement Bird Gang 31 is talking about here. I think he's talking about significant improvement. I mean, if you look at A.J. Brown's stat line this year, actually, no, I won't say stat line, but what he's supposed to be, what PFF has him catching was his 1151. I don't think he's going to get that many yards. It's not logistically possible for this to happen unless the Eagles are straight just destroying teams and the defense is getting 3 and outs almost every damn series. That is the only way that I see that this is going down. What's good, yo? What is up? A-Town Cowboy, how you doing, homie? Cool Cat Connor's live right now with his Jade people, whatchamacallit, because that's what he's calling the new triplets over there for the Eagles when it comes to Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith, the Jade. 35 touchdowns. Yeah, see, that's what I figured. I don't think that's happening. Yes. And Hurts will have the ball more with better defense, and Quez will have 700. See what I mean? Like, this was before I saw any of this go down. I don't think that's going down. I don't even think that's happening. I don't think Quez Watkins is touching 700 yards. That's just not happening at all. Guys, if you're just coming in, tuning in, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Please get this out. Depending on which channel you're watching, all the links are in the description. The BGN Network Twitter page is in there. The YouTube page is in there. If you're watching on my channel, go to those pages, please, and subscribe to both those pages. If you're watching on the BGN Network channel, please go to the description, hit my Twitter page link, hit my YouTube page link, and please hit the subscribe button, because what we're trying to do here and accomplish here on this network is we're trying to be the best network possible. We're trying to supersede every single media outlet out there, and we can only do this with your help. So guys, please, I get it. I don't got many people watching. I don't have that many subscribers, but the more we get this out there, the more we show this, the more it helps the algorithm get this out to other people. The more you share this, the more people watch it, the bigger we get. And that is the ultimate goal here on the BGN Network, guys, is to get this to be the number one media outlet, the number one outlet, period, when it comes to not just football content, but baseball content. We got to get into that. We're going to get into that at some point. Basketball content. We're going to get into that at some point. I'm pretty sure 31 here has people lined up for soccer, golf, all kinds of things. He's always working in the background to improve his network that he's allowed me to be a part of. So guys, if you will, please, please, please do me a solid and hit that like, hit that share. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and please, please, please get this out to other people so that way we can achieve our goal. And when I mean our goal, I mean everyone's goal here that is a part of this stream, that comes in here and watches and shows its support. Please, 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 if you will, do that for me, guys. But yeah, let's get back to what we're talking about. So, give me 1 second. That's nasty.
I don't need more friends. I need pussy. That is the main reason for my life.
All right, guys, I can hear y'all, or not hear y'all because y'all ain't talking, but I'm going to be right there. Give me a second. I'm just getting something to drink because I'm thirsty. No, y'all hear me. So, here we go. Well, we are 38 minutes in, and we still haven't even got to the video. But it's all right. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I only got, 2 people. Like I said, it all has to do with what kind of thumbnail you got out there. I've changed my thumbnail. Where did all my... all my comments just disappeared. Okay, they're all back. That's my bad. And then someone changed the layout here. Let's get into this. Let's exit here. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So they're all back. We're all good. Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. But guys, it's time to get into this video because we haven't gotten into it just yet. So here we go. Let's get into Philly Mike's video, if we will. Man, I am super excited about this video right here. So Let's go ahead and let's just start watching.
On the Philly Talk podcast, we discuss what Pro Football Focus projected yard leaders are for the Eagles in passing, receiving, and rushing. We also talk about Darius Slay not being considered a top 10 corner going into the 2022 season. This is the Philly Talk podcast, and today,
all right, we're gonna skip that whole intro because I'm not watching that nonsense. What is up, Valix Prime Sports? How you doing? Yes, Bird Gang, you right. Hit that like, yes sir, yes sir. Quez had 650 on a running team last year. Yes, again, but like I said, guys, you got to understand, you're adding a whole new element you're adding a whole new player to this team. You're adding 2 new wide receivers to this team. There's no way it's just not logistically possible for that to happen, especially if you think that Jalen Hurts is going to rush for over 700 yards again this season. That's just not happening. My bad. 654. I like Quez a lot. 31. He had 700 plus last year. And Hurts will ball more. Okay, we're back down here. But 6-7 more games of smart coaching. Look. Just understand what I'm saying here, 31. Just understand here what I'm saying. When Jalen Hurts was passing more than what y'all were rushing, even when he was rushing the ball, you know what? I'm just going to look it up. I'm just going to look it up real quick. Because it seems like Jalen Hurts was even rushing when y'all were even passing the ball at the beginning of the year. So, no, I don't want freaking ESPN. That's not what I want. I want Pro Football Focus. Is that or Pro Football Reference? Nope, that's not where I want to go either. There it is. Pro Football Reference. So last season, when it came to his advanced game logs, let's go here, and we're going to go, this is passing, this is advanced rushing, receiving. Last year against Atlanta, he ran for 51 yards, 81 yards. Oh, no. Sorry. Wrong stat line. I'm rushing yards before contact. My bad. 62 yards against Atlanta, 82 yards. He ran 10 times against San Francisco. He ran 9 times against Dallas for 35 yards. He ran 8 times for 47 yards against Kansas City, 9 times for 30 yards against Carolina, 44 yards 10 times against Tampa. So, and then let's go back and look at his passing attempts. So let's line up. Let's go look at Tampa, right? Tampa, he threw the ball 26 times, right? That means he dropped back 26 times in week 6 and had 115 yards. While he ran the ball almost, it was 10 times. He ran the ball 10 times. His completions, right, was 12. So his rushing attempt and his completions weren't that far off. I mean, he 14. What is it? What is that percentage? What is that percentage for passing? Or it doesn't tell me. Yeah, it doesn't tell me here. I would have to go to a different stat line to see that. But like I'm saying, Jalen Hurts, you're not going to be rushing and throwing the ball that many. Look, he threw 13 times, or he ran 13 times against Las Vegas. He threw for 34 times. Didn't y'all lose that game, if I'm not mistaken? So, and he only threw for 236 yards. So, anyway, we're gonna get into this big loss in free agency for the Boys. Biggest loss, probably Amari Cooper. That's what I'm thinking right here. Amari Cooper. They take sack yardage away from his rushing yards. No, I know that. And I don't think it's his rushing yards. I think they take the sack yardage away from his passing yards, not his rushing. But anyway, let's get into this video.
we got a lot to talk about. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification bell so you know when these videos drop. Let's answer this question before we talk about today's video. In the comment section, let me know your take on how many passing yards is going to be tied to Jalen Hurts like he's not going to take a step. He's going to take a leap, according to Pro Football Focus. And if he does this, the Eagles are winning games, but Miles Sanders might be off the squad.
And he's not wrong here. He's not wrong here. If if Jalen Hurts does take this leap, and I said this earlier, I think in yesterday's stream, if Jalen Hurts does take this magical leap that everyone thinks he's going to take, because of the work he's putting in, and it's not like anyone else has put it in the same amount of work as he does. You know what I mean? But if Jalen Hurts is able to touch these stat numbers, you're damn right. I mean, he's right. The Eagles are winning games, but I don't think that's happening.
Hopefully, you put your comment down there before Pro Football Focus comes up. Not saying they're going to sway you, but it is what it is. Bang! Projected yardage leaders for the Philadelphia Eagles.
So the projected yardage leaders is passing Jalen Hurts with 4,138 yards. That is 998 or 94 yards, excuse me, more than what last year's season was. So that means he's upping his completion percentage. That means that means he's going back to passing the way he was last season, right? The way he was last season, but actually completing these passes while also rushing. That means if you look at Jalen Hurts' stat line, like when you have games like Tampa where he threw for 26 times, but he also rushed 10 times, right? That means he's rushing 10 times, getting those 44 yards. He's throwing for 26. He's throwing 26 times that game, but he's not completing 12. He's not. He's completing another 6 or another 8, and has another 6 or another 8 can very well get him into that 220, 250 yard passing range. You know, that is almost that's over 100 extra yards, you know, because I mean, let's face it, if you throw the ball 10 yards in those 8 passes, right, that he 8 extra completions, that's 80 yards. That's close to that's 195 yards. That's way better than 115, right? Because his average, if you take the average of all the passing yards he has under 200 yards. It's under 200 yards passing. So you look at the Raiders game, 18 for 34. So what they're saying is that he's 18 for 34 here, but he's gonna and then his completion percentage I think was, and I have it down somewhere. I just gotta go look for it. We don't even need advanced game log. Let's just go to game logs, period, because it'll give me everything I need. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. This is a lot better. So, okay. Here we go. We got it. Rushing, it does everything for me. Okay. Yeah. I can just look up. I'm gonna keep going. Okay. Anyway. So, like, if we're gonna look at the Las Vegas Raiders, like I told you, the Raiders game, 18 for 34 for 236 yards. What they're saying is that he's gonna throw for 34 times, right? He's gonna drop back 34 times, but now instead of having 18, he's gonna have like 23, 20, 24, 25. Completion. It's gonna be 25 completions to 34 attempts, which can give him an extra 70, 80, 60 to 70 yards, right? You throw 4 or 5, you throw like 5, 6 extra times, can give him 50 to 60 extra yards, and that puts him closer to 300 range, right? That ups his yardage. While he also had 13 rushing attempts for 61 yards, you know? I mean, that's basically what they're saying. They're not taking away his passing attempts, because his passing attempts 48 times against Kansas City. Yeah, he had a great game that day, because guess what? I remember watching that game in and out, and Kansas City's defense played like trash. They ran the ball. He ran the ball 8 times for 47 yards. So, I mean, it's not going to be far-fetched that these numbers on the passing, because let's look at his passing attempts: 35 passing attempts, 23 passing attempts, 39, 48, 37, and this is when they were passing a lot. 26, 34. That right there, that week 7, they went from rushing the ball, passing the ball, upwards of almost 30. Well, every game but 2. Well, every game but 1, I should say, was above 25 passing attempts in those 7 games. Every game. And then you look at the back half, the 8 through week 17, which he only played in he missed 2 of those games, one due to injury and the other one because he was inactive because they had locked in their playoff berth, right? But if you look at the passing, 14 times passing, 17 times passing, 23, 24, only a handful of games where he's above 25 passing attempts. Week 12 against the Giants, it's the Giants. Washington, 26, 29. So yeah, either the 26th and the 20, you have 2 26th against Washington, right? Twice where he passed for over 26 times. And the completion percentage actually weren't bad these last couple of games, but again, it's Washington. It's Washington. It's no one special. We know Washington's defense was ass last year. We know the New York Giants was ass last year. So for this stat line to be true, it's just no way that I see 4,138 yards even happening. Just need 247 yards a game to hit 42. Look, after reading his stats, you're right. It's possible. It's possible for a quarterback who can actually throw the ball, right? And we've seen it by just reading Jalen Hurts' stat line. Look, let's go through it again. 27 completions on 35 attempts. That's decent, right? Against a horrible Atlanta team. 12 completions on 23 attempts. That's okay against San Francisco. But he only threw for 190 yards. You look at Dallas. 25 completions to 39 attempts. 14 incompletions, right? At 320. But didn't we destroy? We beat y'all by damn near 3 touchdowns. You got 2 touchdowns in the last, quarter and a half? I think he was barely he was barely at the 200-yard mark. I think he was at like the 150, 160, somewhere around there going into that game. I wish it gave me quarter by quarter stat line, but it doesn't, because then I could break it down and we could look. But yeah, no, it doesn't give me that stuff. But anyway, so I don't know. But let's get back to this video because we need to get back to it. Anyways, hold on. Let's son of a bitch, man. I hate when that happens. But if those 6 to 7 more completions are to Brown, who is a yard run after catch beast, it can drastically up his yard. Yeah, it can. But again, like I said, Texas Eagle, AJ Brown now doesn't have the blanket of a Derrick Henry. AJ Brown now is going to be the main focal point of an offense, because there's no way that you trade for him and then you pay him all this money and he's not going to be treated as your number one. I just don't see that happening. I honestly don't. So we're going to see what it's like for AJ Brown to actually be the main focal point of an offense. Now, from what I'm hearing, because he went to Ole Miss, what I'm hearing from Ole Miss college fans is that AJ Brown isn't that good of a wide receiver, especially if he's the main focal point. So who am I going to believe more? An Eagle fan who hasn't paid attention to AJ Brown the way they should, or an Ole Miss fan who saw him in college and then followed his game when he went into Tennessee? I think I'm going to believe that Ole Miss fan over an Eagle fan. Yes, let's get your popcorn ready. Mark Holmes doesn't like Cowboys' partnership with Black. I don't care what Mark Holmes does like. I like their partnership with Black Rifle Coffee. I mean, I don't drink coffee, but still, I mean, they can partner with whoever they want. It makes no difference to me, but it is what it is. So let's get back to this video.
Passing. They got Jalen Hurts throwing for 4,138 yards. Remember, there's 17 games, not 16, but they got Jalen Hurts throwing for over 4,000 yards, and 138 on the side. So 4,138. This is why I said Miles Sanders will be in trouble. The leading rusher will be Jalen Hurts, according to Pro Football Focus.
See, and this is where I don't agree. I agree with him again. Not so much that Jalen Hurts is going to be the leading rusher, but if you have your leading rusher as Miles Sanders, you got to pay him big money. And I don't think they're going to pay him big money. I think they're going to wash their hands of him because he does get hurt a lot, and they're going to let him walk. I don't think they're going to try to trade him. I don't think anything's going to happen. So you will have Jalen Hurts being the main focal point as far as rushing, if that were to happen, because like I said I don't think that the Eagles are going to allow Jalen Hurts to be a running quarterback. Not allow him, but they're going to try to make him be a pocket quarterback because they have A.J. Brown now. Understand that, guys. They have A.J. Brown now. So they have to throw the ball more. It has to go back. It has to go back to week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 7, week 12, week 15, to where they're throwing upwards of almost 30 times a game. That's what it has to be. That's what it has to be for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. So, don't let these Eagle video makers, tell you these things, right? It's just not true. It's just not true that all this is gonna happen with the team. So I just don't see it happening. Jalen Hurts last year had 784 rushing yards. So he's gonna have 98 yards. He's gonna have 2 yards less than last year. That's what's gonna happen. But like I said, that might be true if they're gonna stay away from Miles Sanders being the main focal point. And if they do stay away from Miles Sanders, they do have Kenneth Gainwell, which a lot of people are praising over there. It is what it is. But I don't think Miles Sanders is going to be an Eagle next year. So the Eagles are going to find a way not to have what's his name? Miles Sanders be the main focal point. So and like I said, I don't think they're going to rush the ball as much this year anyway. So let's keep going.
With 782. Now listen, this man is a talented runner, and he's going to run the ball. I know he's going to get at least 500. Could he get 700? Of course.
The 500 mark, 17 games. I can't argue with that. I really can't. Like I said, guys, this isn't going to be so much of a trolling video because I do agree with what a lot of Philly Mike says here. But it's more of the trolling of the PFF yards because it's just logistically, to me, not possible for this to happen because Jalen Hurts would have to completely up his game that I don't see happening. That means those 35 times that he's dropping back, he's got to make at least, instead of you dropping back 35 times and you make 20 completions, you got to make at least 24, 25, 26 completions on a 35 or 30 with passing attempts. So for these numbers to kind of happen, but Jalen Hurts being a rusher, then this is where I disagree. I don't think he's going to be running the ball. This is where I agree with him. I don't think he's going to be running the ball a lot anymore. Like I said, with the addition of A.J. Brown, you are going to sit there in the pocket and force the ball to A.J. Brown. This is going to make a lot of mistakes on the Eagle side of the ball, on the offensive side.
But I think we're going to pass a little bit more. And the reason I believe Pro Football Focus don't got Miles Sanders up here is because in their minds, Sanders is going to carry the ball. Kenneth Gainwell is going to carry the ball. Boston Scott might carry the ball. And there might even be another running back. We talked about a bruiser like Latavius Murray.
And if that is true, if they don't got him up there and because of what let's just saying it's true what he's saying, that Miles Sanders is going to be running the ball, Kenneth Gainwell is going to be running the ball, and whoever else he said he was going to run on the ball, Boston Scott, I don't know. I would have to rewind it. But anyway, and that means out of the 10 times or the 12 times or the 8 times or whatever that Jalen Hurts rushes, the other time, let's just say the Eagles pass the ball 35 times. Jalen Hurts has 10 rushing attempts. Now, do those passing attempts convert to rushing attempts when he drops back and he scrambles and he runs? Or are those automatically rushing attempts? How does that work? I don't that I don't know. That I don't know. Because if it counts as he's dropping back to pass, oh crap, now he's taking off scrambling running. Okay, that's not a rushing that's not a passing attempt. Now that's a rushing attempt. Or if does that even count as anything at all? We would have to actually actually pay attention to that, because I think it actually converts to a rushing attempt, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so I'm sorry. The Infinity War is going on behind me. But yeah, the 500 yards, I don't think that's far-fetched. I think he's going to drop down in rushing, only because I think they're going to rush the ball a little bit less, and they're going to make Jalen Hurts stay in the pocket a little bit more. I mean, that's why he's doing everything he's doing to be more accurate, right? I mean, yes, I understand he's trying to hone his skills and try to be more accurate, period. But why would you focus so much on that being a passer if that's not what you're planning on doing? You know, that's just it don't make sense. So,
or one of these guys who's 225 that can run up the middle. If that's the case, it might not be because Sanders is not good. Yards per carry and touchdowns might be fine. Playmaking might be fine. He might not get the opportunities. If Kenneth Gainwell takes a step in opportunities via the coaching staff, it's going to play into Sanders' production. I think the Eagles want to be a 1-2, maybe 3-punch team, and it's not going to benefit Sanders. But listen, you're talking about dang near 5,000 total yards if this prediction comes true.
Yeah, that's right. The 5,000 total, almost 5,000 yards period, right? I think that's like 4,900 and like 30 something. Let me do the math real quick. 40138 plus 782. Yeah, I was close. I said 4,930 something. It's 4,920 yards. That's the total production. That is Brady like numbers, right? If you convert Brady, if you take away some of these passing yards, where if you give him the rushing attempts, this is Brady. This is Aaron Rodgers type stuff. This is Dak Prescott type things. This is Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes type stuff. And if you're throwing for 4,138 yards, how many touchdowns are you throwing for then? How many touchdowns are you throwing for then? And then how many times are you rushing the ball? Something's got to take a step back, because the only way that Jalen Hurts is getting those numbers is if they're scoring touchdowns on every single play. That is it. And we know the Philadelphia Eagles are not going to do that. We know the Philadelphia Eagles are not going to be scoring on every single play out there. That's just not going to happen. They're going to get their 3 and outs. I guarantee you the first 3-4 weeks, they're going to struggle because it's a brand new team. It's a brand new team. So, let's see here. Hurts RB3 in the NFC East. Bro, I just come in and you're already talking about the Eagles. Yeah, bro, this is a trolling channel, and we are making fun of the Eagles. It's what we do a lot. Yesterday I did a Redskin fan. We made fun of a Redskin fan. I'm gonna do a 2-for-1 today. I'm gonna do a 2-for-1 today because we have EC1 making another video and talking about our bet. So I'm gonna jump into the EC1 video later on today. Or in a little while when we're done with this. Remember last time they doubted Hurts and passing skills his last year in Bama. Then 5K, 50 plus yards on OU, 50 plus touchdowns. OU happened before. Yeah, but that's college, bro. That's college. And that's because, remember we talked about it, that's because he was with CeeDee Lamb. And CeeDee Lamb had a bunch of those passing yard. It was a lot of boom or bust with as far as passing goes with Jalen Hurts to CeeDee Lamb. A lot of he got a lot of 5K came from pass. I mean, that's total production. So you're doing total production. You're skewing the passing. Just go look at the passing. I think he had like 30 something touchdowns passing, and then like close to 20 touchdowns rushing, right? And I think he had like in the low 3,000s passing, and or the middle of the road 3,000s passing, and like almost 1,500 yards rushing to give him that close to 5K. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Jalen Hurts college stats. We've looked at this before. Yeah, 2019 passing. He had 3,000. Okay, it was 3,851 yards, while he rushed for almost 3,000 yards. Okay. His passing was, so I said middle of the road, but I mean it's above middle of the road. You know, I couldn't remember quite what he had. What am I looking for? Touchdowns. 30, like I said, he had 32 touchdowns passing, and he had rushing. Am I looking at the right? Passing, rushing. Yeah, 20 touchdowns rushing. So yeah, I was right on the stat line there. Let's look at CeeDee Lamb's college stats. Twenty nineteen. Almost 1350. He almost had 1350. He had 14 touchdowns. 14 touchdowns out of those 32 that Jalen Hurts threw to him. Jalen Hurts college stats 2019 was 3851. CeeDee Lamb was 13. Let's do the math there on that one. 14 or sorry, 27. And it was 3851. So it was 2,500 yards went around to other wide receivers, but the brunt of everything went to CeeDee Lamb. You know, I mean that's the reason why. And then the rushing attack over there with OU and then Jalen Hurts. I mean, I get it. He can run the ball. We've seen it. But as a pure passer, I don't. Jalen Hurts is in the bottom tier of everything when it comes to passing. Bet we win 12 games this year. I already have a bet with how many games Eagle fans are going to win this year. There's an Eagle fan out there, EC1, talking about y'all going 16-1. So I am not going to do another bet like this. So maybe next year we can talk about this. We can talk about this. If you do videos and you have videos up and you make content, I will be glad to do some sort of bet with you if you want to. So, but yeah, no, I'm not. I'm gonna do another bet like that. And he just got AJ Brown, and I always look at total yards for dual threat quarterbacks. I don't look at total yards for dual threat quarterbacks, and the reason being, is because they're those. Oh, this was my buddy Mitch is showing me a video that I did a couple years ago. I don't like. Okay, sorry, I was getting off track. Yeah, and again, they just got AJ Brown. I always look at total yards for dual threat quarterbacks. I don't because they're not. It's that yards. I separate the yards from the rushing, and then I separate the touchdowns and rushing from the passing touchdowns, because the quarterback position is mainly to be able to pass the ball. That's what you have to do to be a NFL quarterback, is to be able to pass the ball. And let's get one thing straight here. If Jalen Hurts struggles again, if Jalen Hurts puts up numbers the way he did last year, where his completion percentage, I think, was in the bottom tier, right? I think he had like a 61 completion percentage last year, which was bottom tier. He's not going to be wearing an Eagle uniform next year. I don't think that's going to happen. That's still over 20 TDs to others. What's over 20 TDs? What's over 20 TDs to others? Because, oh, you're talking about passing. I mean, yeah, I guess. Like I said, you're spreading the ball around there. No, because he had 32 touchdowns. That's not 20. Is my mic's muted? My mic isn't muted. It's not. It should be working. Let me see here. Let me see here. Y'all saying my mic's muted. Where's my? I don't think it's muted. Yeah, no, it's not muted. Anyway, let's continue with this video, guys. CD Lamb and all right, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Is it better? Is it better? Is it? I don't know what. I mean, I can hear myself over here on my phone. Can you hear me now? Is it better? Is it better? Is it plugged in? Is it better here? I don't know what. I mean, I can hear myself over here on my phone. Can you hear me now? Is it better? Is it better? Is it plugged in? Is it better here? Am I still muted, guys? Let me know. Am I still muted? Because I can hear myself over here, and I can hear myself on my phone. How am I muted? Is that better, guys? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Nah, see, y'all messing with me, man. Y'all got to be messing with me. Because people are saying I'm good. Some people can't hear me. Maybe it's your audio. Maybe you got to turn it up because some people are saying they can hear me. So, all right, let's stop with the fixer mic. You sure you can't hear me? Because this dude's over here telling me that I'm good, that y'all can hear me. I can hear myself when we're talking over here. Sure you can't hear me because this dude's over here telling me I can hear myself on my phone. But anyway.
I ain't mad at it. I'm going to give you my prediction for Jalen Hurts, not in this video, but before the season. But man, Pro Football Focus, tongue twister, is loving it. Now look at the receivers. They got two, the number 1 and the number 2. They got A.J. Brown at 1,151 yards, and they got Devontae Smith at 906 yards. I think Devontae will be a little upset going 30 yards backward.
He's finessing you, bro. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I figured so. I figured as much. I mean, if I can hear myself on my phone loud and clear, it's not, I know my mic isn't messing up. So Cowboys fan 1992 would have said something again, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go back to this.
Devontae will be a little upset going 30 yards backwards. But again, Goddard's going to get targets. Quez is going to get targets. Gainwell out the backfield. Sanders out the backfield. Jalen's going to run. The running backs are going to run. And if you got one receiver, the guy you traded for, the guy you paid $100 million, who's been in the league already over 1,000, if you got him close to 1,200 yards, and your second guy's at 906, you ain't mad at it.
Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't be mad at that stat line if that were going to be true. But like I said, then you got then your quarterback just took leaps and bounds and went from bottom tier in every passing statistical category to now he's top 5. I just don't see that even being possible. There's no way he's going to take that kind of leaps and bounds. I mean, because even when Dak came in the league, he was middle of the road average with his. And to be honest with you, the comparison they were making is to Tom Brady, but we all know how that goes. we all know how that goes. That just because you make a comparison and just because you're the best quarterback in your first 20 games in production in history of the NFL doesn't mean anything. So, man, I mean, for you to sit here and say you're trying to, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. I mean, for you to sit here and say that my stream is showing a black screen and you're over here typing, and yet I have my phone open with it, and I always view my watch. I always have my phone in the background because my comments come up over here faster than it does on this side. Yeah, no, I know you're bullshitting. There's no way. I mean, I can go into over here and go into YouTube and just type in my shit. Right, type in my stuff, and go to my stuff, and we're live. So you can't just bullshit a bullshitter, man. You just, it's not possible. You know, the reason why I have my phone up is to make sure that these things don't happen. So I can check my stuff. You know, so enough with the funny business. Yeah, I know my stream, it's my camera. That is true. Where's that? Right here. This is true. My stream is lagging. I don't understand why it's been doing that the past few streams where it kind of catches up. I don't know what's going on with my signal here for the internet. Ever since our thunderstorm happened a few nights ago or last week, I've been having some crazy ass video lagging time. It's crazy. He kind of has you tripping though, bro. I mean, he doesn't have me tripping. It's just I'm trying to make sure my stream is on point, and I already know that my video lags. Sometimes it doesn't go as fast as I need to. It doesn't keep up with it. You'll hear me speaking, and then the words will come in, and then it'll fast forward. Like, so that's why, like, I sit here and say, like, I want my stuff on point, and I go off of, I gotta pivot from what I'm talking about to what the audience is saying. But let's get back to what you're saying, Van. Bro, Howie always gives us talent. He never been an issue. Howie is a great GM. Talent never been an issue. You think that? Because there's a lot of Eagle fans out here that think that Howie Roseman is a garbage GM. That this was his best season ever.
And again, Devontae Smith's time in the league is still, remember, this will be his second year. He was a rookie last year on a Russian team. He'll be a sophomore. So, yes, he might be a little upset, but he looks like the ultimate team player as long as we're winning. You saw in the Lions game when they had to block 45 times, legitly, like 40-plus times. He said, bro, we not passing the ball. He didn't say it, man. Slay was like, Slay said something to him about catching the ball. He's like, no, we not. We just going to run all day to victory. He just wants the dub.
Yeah, and the reason why they were running the ball is because that's how they found victory. That's how they found victory. That's how they running the ball. Excuse me, by running the ball, that's how they became a playoff team, if you will. Because passing the ball, we already know that Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback. So They had to run the ball to win this game. So I honestly think if they go back, if they go and start passing against the Lions this year and they don't run the ball, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game.
So Devontae Smith has 1,000 yards written all over him. But again, you're in a situation now where the rushing ability's there because our O-line is maulers, and you got a legit 1K wide receiver in front of you. So at the end of the day,
yeah, he's a legit 1K wide receiver because he's been there. But for him to be in the 1K this year, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, the only way I see it happening is if Jalen Hurts up his completion percentage. And, they do have him be a pocket quarterback and he doesn't take off and run. If he takes off and runs a lot, I don't think that either one of these wide receivers are going to be 1,000-yard wide receivers.
sometimes you got to wait your turn. And this could flip-flop. This is just PFS projection. A.J. Brown can have 906 yards, and Devontae Smith can have 1,000. But this is kind of where I see.
Hey, bro, we had to deal with Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz for 5 years. Doug Peterson got you a Super Bowl. What are you talking about? You had to deal. Doug Peterson got you a Super Bowl, bro. And you had to deal with Carson Wentz for 5 years. He was one of your best quarterbacks in recent years. I don't understand how you can sit here and say that. You had to deal with him. You had to deal with him for about a year. All right, guys, I'm going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Here. Jamie, turn down that damn music. Christ, I can't hear a thing. Come on, Jamie.
Oh, God, fuck! You don't see it? Turn that shit off, motherfucker! I was getting changed, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that shit on TV. I don't want motherfuckers seeing me getting changed,
Turn
you know what I'm
that thing
saying?
off. He's pulling his goalie.
You're off the fucking camera. What the fuck are you doing, J-Rock?
I was getting changed, motherfucker!
Change my ass. You're fucking
You
cranking it.
knocking motherfuckers!
That was fucked.
That was a bit fucked.
It wasn't that fucked, you know what I'm saying? I was getting changed. What's going on?
Listen, man, I got some good news for you. Get cleaned up, meet me back at the flea market.
Aight. Peace, bub.
Don't touch me.
You motherfuckers ain't gonna tell nobody that I was getting changed, right?
Christ, no.
If you can hear the water going, I am sorry, guys. But let's get back to the video because I got stuff to do here in a bit.
Either two 1K receivers or somebody over 1K and the next guy close. And then you got a couple 400 or 500 guys here and there. But we have talented players. Dare I say, no, I'm not going to say and get people all upset. But we got talented players and the ball's going to have to be distributed. I don't care how it's distributed.
He's right. The ball's going to have to be distributed. And with the ball being distributed around, there's not enough. It logistically doesn't make sense for this to happen. The only way that this happens is if you are getting 3 and outs, if Jalen Hurts is throwing 35 plus times a game while he's also rushing 8 to 9 times a game, and he's averaging about 6 to 7 yards a rush. And Jalen Hurts is, like I said, throwing 35 times a game while completing anywhere from 25 to 30 of those completions. And he's throwing for about 300 yards a game. Right? That's the only way I see and A.J. Brown as being the main focal point. But I don't see that happening. Not even one bit.
We did. Do I want a 1K receiver? Yes, because it's been so long. But at the end of the day, you could tell me 2 1K receivers, Jalen Hurts does this, and we don't make the playoffs or we only win 8 or 9 games? No. I've seen teams, cough, cough, the Cowboys, have 1K rusher, 1K.
See, this is what I mean. Like, I hadn't done a video on this guy yet. I hadn't done nothing, but yet the Cowboys are still brought up, which is why I decided to do Philly Mike. When I saw this, no one had talked about the Dallas Cowboys. No one had said nothing about Dallas here. I get it, it's a video, but still, no one had said nothing. Why is Dallas even being brought up? But yet, Philly likes to keep talking about Dallas, so that's why I keep talking about Dallas. People have asked, why do I keep talking about the Eagles? Well, every time I listen to an Eagle video maker, he brings up the Dallas Cowboys. So what do? I do a whole stream just bashing their video. And like I said, this video, I agree with a lot of what Philly Mike says. A lot, but not everything. The stat line, and I already put it in his comment section, the stat line like this is not happening. Jalen Hurts is not getting 4,138 passing yards. He's not getting 792 rushing yards. A.J. Brown is not getting close to 1,200 passing yards. And Devontae Smith, I think, is going to get less than the 906 yards. I don't think this is going down.
Receiver, 4K quarterback, and go 500. I want to win. Whatever the recipe for winning, and I think these guys on this picture want to win.
You guys coming up here saying you can't hear me. I mean, something's got to be wrong with your audio because I can just raise my volume on here and I hear myself. Something's got to be wrong. I hear myself. My mic is working. Let me go settings, audio. It's everything. Everything is working on my end. So I don't know what's going on. Why your stuff isn't working. I don't get it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Is that better for you? So is that better for you guys? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Anyways, let's keep going.
Win 2. Now, let's look at this list. So ESPN poll for the.
All right, well, we're not going to get into this stuff right here. But yeah, guys, that was what we were talking about when it came to that Pro Football Focus deal. So, you know, I don't think that's going down. Tomorrow's stream, guys, because we're going to be getting out of here. Yeah, South Texas, I figured you could hear me just fine. I don't know what you know. I'm pretty sure this guy got hacked. Cowboys fan 992. So yeah, these guys are retarded. I don't understand. Cowboys fan 992. If you're gonna keep doing that kind of stuff, yeah, bro. If this is even actually you, maybe no, it's you because you are a mod. So if you're gonna be telling me you can't hear me when you actually can, that mod's probably gonna have to be taken away because I don't play that kind of stuff. Especially if you keep doing it and I know I can hear you, you know. I expect that from trollers, you know. If you're trying to troll me, you know, whatever, I don't care. You know what? Forget I said anything. Whatever. You want to say what you want to say, you know, do whatever. Just don't spam the account is all I'm asking. Thanks, Altex. I appreciate you. You got my back, homie. We can't hear you. Yeah, even though everyone says they can hear me. But, you know, whatever you want to say, guys. Whatever helps you sleep at night, guys. But tomorrow we have an EC1 video that we're going to do. Yesterday, I got into the Derrick Henry situation with A.J. Brown. You know, that situation because A.J. Brown's not going to have that situation here have that situation here with Philly. So I hear you just fine. I hear you're losing ass just fine. Oh, Drew. You make me laugh, buddy. I can't. I'm not trolling either. Well, now I know you're bullshitting me because you're over here talking about it's on your main channel. And then now I know you're trolling me because unless you're bouncing back and forth between live streams on the BGN network or mine, I know you're making fun here because you're actually talking about what I'm saying when I say you're not, what I said to you. But anyway, it is what it is, guys. But what up, Grandizer 12? Hey, boys, I hope everything is well. I just want to thank you. Got going on Payo Time stream. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Wasn't on to have you on the stream. Yeah, bro. I like I told Payo, I was ecstatic. I was happy that he wanted me on. There are a lot of other bigger content creators. And it's a shame. I didn't want to badmouth a lot of content creators that are Cowboy fans, even though I can, because what a lot of times happens is these guys get a big head when they get those big numbers. So what they end up doing is leaving, or trying to ghost people. You know what it is. And I'm not that kind of person. I don't care how big I get. If I know who you are, and I've done stuff with you before, done a collab with you, or you're an up and comer like me and whatnot. Yeah, I will. I will give you the time of day. And I will be on there if I got the time to do it. I'm not going to say yeah and then ghost you. If I don't got it, I'm just going to tell you I don't got it. But normally, I will have the time. Hit that like button and show support. Yes, sir, Grandizer. Appreciate you, homie. But, guys, we've been on here for an hour and a half. It is time for me to head on out. Daddy Duty's call. Tomorrow we will be doing an EC1 troll video. But like always, guys, please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe button. Please, guys, like I told you, before we get out of here, I just want to tell y'all, this cannot be done without your support. I cannot do this day in and day out knowing that you guys I can do this day in and day out, knowing that you guys come in here and support me. And it's an honor. Even people like Drew here, in here that come in here and troll and want to have a fun time and just talk their mess. I appreciate you for coming in here, man. I appreciate all you guys for coming in here and trolling and having a good time with me, because guess what? You coming in here and doing this gives me the views, it gives me everything. And the goal at the BGN Network channel, this BGN channel network here, the network that we got going on here, is for everyone to succeed. This is what we want to do. We want to be the #1 media outlet, just period. That's what we want to do over here. And by helping me, it helps the network, right? I put the network in the description, so that way you can go, if you're watching on my channel, you can go to the network channel. Just click the link that's in the description next to BGN Network for the YouTube page, and hit and hit that subscribe button. I can hear you fuck on the BGN, but not on Boyz4Life. That's weird, because I can hear myself on the Boyz4Life channel, on my phone and on my computer. So that's weird that you can't, man. But like I said, guys, and 92, if you can't, maybe I gotta figure it out. Maybe it's just YouTube acting up, because like I said, I can hear myself. But anyways, guys, helping me out helps the BGN Network channel. Helping the BGN Network channel helps me out and anyone else that connects to the BGN Network. Yes. So please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe button. If you're new here, do all those things. Share this stream out as much as you can, guys, because the more you share this, the more it gets out, the more it helps me get views, the more it helps us achieve the ultimate goal here at the BGN Network. So for that, guys, I am out. You have a good one.
I have never in my life felt so uncomfortable. Jesus Christ. Anyway,